subjection to the Spirit, and you shall be made powerful in order to do the things that Christ has called you to do. What a mighty God we serve. We serve a God who is able. We serve a God that is able to do far and exceedingly beyond anything that you can even hope or imagine. And that self-control that we're talking about, the duty of self-control, my brothers and Jacob and Esau, remember the story? Esau, he was so hungry when he came in from the field that he was willing to do anything for a bowl of that pottage. Don't do it. Don't sell your birthright for something that is so easily obtained. God will give you what you need if you'll just ask him. We don't have to beg for anything. Our God owns the cattle of 1,000 hills. He can feed you. He will allow the robin, the birds, the raven to feed you. Only believe. Don't believe the lie of the enemy. Don't sell your birthright. Don't sell your birthright. And don't forget who you are. And remember, there's so much to you that you cannot receive it in a day. It takes time to get to where God wants you, because you need to know there's a way out of your mess, and it's JESUS. Let him work through you.
Where can you buy a brand new Nissan with a lifetime warranty? Kingston Pike. Hey folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. You heard it right. Every new Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Good morning and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Roane, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask your neighbor. 865-457-1380 or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380 WYSH.
Well, hello and good morning again. We are here to help you with your questions and comments on Ask Your Neighbor. Mm-hmm. I'm Melissa Cavetti.
And this is Nicole Beach.
We're filling in for Ron this morning while he's out of town. And we'd like you all to call in and share a topic if there's something you want to ask your neighbor. Mm-hmm. Or if you got something to tell everybody about something that's going on around town, or something you're curious about that you noticed and you want to ask others about it. You got a question, you want to hear a lot of answers. You ask a good question, we'll get some callers in, and they'll answer questions or maybe make their own comments about it. That's what we're here for, to help you do that. And there is something that I wanted to bring up. Okay, 2 nights ago, if you all were outside, did you see the great beam of light going into the sky? Did you see it?
I seen the moon, the strawberry moon, but I didn't see the beam.
2 nights ago, we're standing out on the porch and we look up. It looked like a searchlight going straight up into the sky.
There's one in Knoxville.
It was so bright and so high, we couldn't tell if it was a light shining down or going up, because that's how it was. And it kept fading in and out. And I was like, what the heck? We could really see it for a while. Now, while we're watching this beam of light, we're also seeing other little lights in the sky move around and disappear. It was repeated all over the place. I was like, what the heck? So we Googled that. We Googled it. It's because of a solar storm, a geostorm, causing like fluctuations. And what it did was it caused the light that's already here on the ground, street lights and whatever. Bless you. Pardon us. But it was magnifying those lights. And so all over the country, I don't know about the rest of the world, but all over this country, lots of people were seeing beams of light just going up into the sky. If you look it up online, it's pretty amazing. Like, I couldn't believe it. And then on top of that, there were some launches going on. Some of those,
NASA?
No, all these private people doing their own rocket launches stuff. There were some of those 2 nights ago too, and some of that might have been what we were seeing as well. But I thought that was pretty interesting. Did you guys see the lights? Did anybody else see the lights? I read on the internet that it's supposed to be happening again this weekend. There's supposed to be another geostorm that could cause those lights.
I'll keep my eye out because I love looking at the sky and taking pictures.
It was the most wildest thing we ever saw. I really thought it was just like a searchlight, but not a searchlight.
Yeah.
You know, like those spotlights they do for an event?
They have one in Knoxville, but I didn't know if we can see it or not.
It looked a lot like that thing in South Clinton, that light sphere or whatever it is they got going up. It looked just like that. Just a bright light going straight up in the sky. And I'm like, what? But it looked like it was coming from over by the high school or past that over there. I don't know. But it's possible that other people saw lights from different angles.
Yes.
But we just saw the one just shooting straight up into the sky, and we're like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's pretty cool, though.
But we found out that a lot of people saw that, and I was just wondering if anybody else saw that or anything like that. Any of the lights disappearing in the sky was really wild. I'm like, God, look at that. Like, it's going really fast, and then it just disappeared. I'm like, but it wasn't a comet, because when the comets go over, it's like way quicker than that. It's not like just moving forever, and then it's gone. And one of them like shined really bright and then got dull, and shined really bright and then got dull and disappeared. And I'm thinking, that's out there getting a reflection off the sun, whatever it is. And as it moves, we're seeing that reflection. And then it got too far away from wherever the light was hitting it. That's my thought anyway. I didn't really go look up more info, but I just thought it was cool.
Stars' color is based off their temperature. So, just a few degrees, and we'll go from pink to red to orange, and then purple, hot,
and blue,
blues, golds, yellows. It just depends on the temperature.
Yeah, all stars aren't the same color. They're not all yellow with 5 points.
Nope.
All right, 865-457-1380.
And toll free at 877-711-4005. And today's my bad. We are on Ask Your Neighbor.
There's no password.
I'm so used to doing train time.
I'm drinking this Dunkin' iced coffee from the gas station.
Is it good?
It is. It says shake to wake.
Shake to wake.
I just saw that. It says shake to wake. That's about right. I didn't get my coffee this morning, so we snuck down to the gas station between shows. Hurried up to get some drinks. And that way we can talk to you guys and be able to.
Oh, our neighbor at the gas station, one of the ladies opened the door for me at the gas station. She's like, "Here you go, I'm opening the door for you." So thank you so much.
How sweet.
So I just want to let you know there's really good people out there, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, those that family that runs the gas station just over the bridge.
Yes.
Over by Hardee's in South Clinton. They're so nice, and they try to keep the cheapest prices all over town.
Yes, they did.
They try real hard to keep the cheapest gas. It's pretty cool. Ask Your Neighbor, do you have a question or a comment?
Yeah, let me turn the TV down. I was trying. During the program, you had said the first half of the program.
Okay.
This is not an hour show. Most of them don't start until like 13, 14, 15 minutes past the hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you started earlier than any of them.
It's automatic. It does it by itself whenever. Sometimes it starts really early. Sometimes it starts really late. We got here Monday and it had started before the hour. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
We had gotten here just a few minutes after 9, and it usually doesn't, like you said, it usually doesn't start till a bit after the hour. And they had, for some reason on Monday, it had started at a quarter till the hour. And we got here, it had already started. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. It's just somebody else sets it all up, and it just, we go with the flow on it. But you're right. I know what you're saying because I've said it before. I'm like, this show is only half an hour. What do you mean?
You weren't that late.
No, thank you, dear.
That was my point. That you weren't that late because I think 10:22 I looked at it, and then I turned around and you guys were there when it had been Jay for a minute.
We're here.
I was late today too, by the way.
Oh yeah, well, it's one of those days. I woke up early, and I was tired, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna close my eyes for a little bit. I set an alarm too. And wouldn't you know it, I slept through the alarm, and
I'm desperately
Didn't you say you had it on mute?
What?
Didn't you say you had it on mute?
Yeah, I keep my phone on silent because when I sleep, it'll do all the notifications and stuff and wake me up. And so when I got up early this morning, usually when I first wake up, that's like the first thing I do. But I worked all day yesterday, so this morning I was just like, oh.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make that point that the show is, as long as I've been watching, has never been 1 hour.
Yeah, you're right. All right, well, thank you. It's encouraging to know that
someone... And I hope you get a few calls.
Thank you. You have a good day. Ask your neighbor, do you have a question or a comment?
Good morning, girls.
Good morning, Nick. How are you?
All right, you?
Oh, pretty good. Did you see the lights in the sky?
I didn't know. I'm going to check you out for them this weekend.
Yeah, keep your eye out. They say that it's possible to happen again Saturday and Sunday, they said. So, yeah, keep your eye out because that was a pretty neat thing to see. I wasn't expecting it. And I just figured it was something man-made. I didn't expect it to be like a whole celestial thing.
Yeah. Keep out for this weekend.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see. Something you don't ever see hardly, you know. It said online that it happened about 10 years ago or something like that. But I never knew that was a thing. Did you?
I knew there was things like that all the time, especially the Northern Lights as well. And that happens all over the world all the time. So, I mean...
Yeah, that's what
they were bound to happen.
They were comparing it to the Northern Lights, that it's the same kind of effect.
Yeah.
And it's just like pulling our light up into the sky. It's so wild.
Yeah.
Trippy, right?
I'm telling you.
It was really freaky to see all those little lights like disappearing in the sky. I'm like, wait a minute.
That's God for you.
Wait a minute.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah, it's
God's creation.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Yeah, and the sun is hotter than it has been in a while. And the sunflowers are turning away from the sun. I haven't looked it up, but people have told me that's happened since the eclipse, that all this changed after the eclipse, but I haven't really...
Well, that's what solar eclipses are, is about change, and a lot of things, like butterfly sign is about change. It's about renewal and the different seasons. You know how God talks about the different seasons, and I believe that God's got a plan going on.
Yeah, some people believe it's the end.
Well,
this is the end. This is the end, my friend.
It's not.
Well, even if it is, it is. I mean, but I don't go doom and gloom about it.
Oh, no. Always look forward to the signs that God has for you and move forward from there. Well, we can
post them if possible. That's what I do. I post like you said, the celestial events, no matter if it's a little far away or not. I always post them because you never know what it could be in the sky. You see something, take a picture, show it online, see if anybody else has seen it. That's what I do.
Yeah, that's how it goes too.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, it looks like Jay is getting another call ready for us. But, hey, thanks for calling, buddy.
Welcome, Melissa.
We appreciate it. It keeps that show rolling.
Yes.
It does, yes. I'll talk to you girls, I guess, tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow evening. You got it. Thanks, Nick. Bye-bye. Ask Your Neighbor, do you have a question or a comment?
Yes, ma'am. I was watching the other night. I saw the lights you were talking about, and I just thought it was a searchlight.
Yeah.
Looked like it's some remote ridge, maybe. From where I live, just right over from the radio station, Westwood Drive.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it might have been a car dealer or something. They use a searchlight sometimes for promotions,
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know what it was really, but it was kind of spooky.
Yeah.
That's what we thought.
I'd say.
It was kind of something odd. You didn't know. No, it's not supposed to be like that.
Nope.
I didn't see the smaller lights like you were talking about.
Just the beam.
Big searchlight looking thing.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy,
I saw
though.
it one other time. It's back in winter. It was cold, like December, January. So I'd seen it once before. But still didn't think much about it,
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really tell anybody about it either. 'Cause I thought they would think I was crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm not surprised that you saw it in the winter because, and it's not usually seen in the summer. It's usually seen in the winter because of the cold. The cold ice in the air reflects light, and it gets closer together, and it makes that beam of light. But in the summer, it's very hot.
What area do you live in?
I live in Clinton, going towards Oak Ridge, and I saw it more towards your direction.
Really?
Yeah, so it's. I think that from different directions, it probably looks different, and you might. Some people might have saw more beams because of direction.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange, really. I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
But you know the history of Oak Ridge. You got the.
You never know what they're doing over there.
No, you don't.
We've been talking about. I talked about that with my sister, and she said we might all call Congressman Burchett, from Knoxville, let him investigate. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's the one that's investigating it. Aerial phenomenon,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of weird, but I remember back in the 50s, and I'm a lot older than you are, but I guess 57, we were standing out in the yard watching the Sputnik go over,
Mm-hmm.
You remember reading about it, I guess.
Yes.
It's a little tiny satellite that the Russians launched. And some people were afraid of it. They thought the Russians would go bomb us,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know what it was. I kind of read about it, and it's too small to carry any ordnance.
It was just a small
I
satellite.
was in the Marine Corps in 69 to 73 in Vietnam. And when I came back to the States, I was in the aviation. I flew a lot of different aircraft, at night. And we saw a lot of weird stuff, in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't report it because we figured we'd get in trouble. I mean, it was something that you didn't do back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you were nuts.
They're doing it all the time now, though.
Yeah, they're doing it all the time now. Like in Oak Ridge, my son read that they were opening portals out there.
Yeah, this stuff is really, really strange now.
Really scary stuff. Yeah.
You wonder what the heck it is,
Yeah, yeah.
What's the word I'm trying to think of? A non-ballistic motion, so they can just turn on a dime.
Yeah.
At Mach 10 or something. No human could survive that kind of G-force.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of videos that they've caught of that now made public. Like there's a lot of videos of things like that where it's going so fast that's impossible.
And some people theorize it might be another dimension or something.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different theories.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
They just are there, and then in a few seconds they're gone.
Oh yeah, they're and gone. I've captured evidence as well out there in the skies and stuff like that. And I know Wilbur Allen from NASA, and he does the UFOs. He made a camera, and it's really awesome. And
my cousin-in-law worked for NASA down in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yes.
And I've always been interested in space and
oh yeah,
aviation, air.
Me and my cousin wanted to be astronauts. We did.
You were growing up.
Yeah, we did.
Well, I wasn't a pilot or anything. I was an air crewman. I couldn't pass the test to be a pilot.
Right.
That's a hard test.
That's a hard test.
But I couldn't do that either.
Well, thank you for doing what you did, though.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't have done it.
No.
Nope. Mm-mm. I always am thankful to all the servicemen and women because I wanted to, but I did not pass psychological stuff, unfortunately. Yeah. I got problems.
No, it's hard, It's part of it's hard anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I was primarily back in Vietnam anyway. I was aviation ordnance. I loaded bombs and stuff. And when I got back to the States, there wasn't any bombs to load over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's practice, little 50-pound bombs and stuff. They were there. We had big ones, 500,000, 2,000 pounds.
Woo!
Mm-mm. That's dangerous to be carrying around.
Yeah, it was really something.
Wow.
It's part of America, and I got to look around and look out the plane, look out the windows and everything. And like I said, I saw a lot of weird stuff I can't explain,
We believe it.
What it was, and probably never will.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really strange. And my wife died like 9 years ago, but we lived down on Spring Street then, right down from the radio station,
Mm-hmm.
And she was looking out the window one day and saw this thing look like a bubble coming up the holler, I mean, I can't explain that either.
Oh, that's
weird. It came up like it was going to come over the house, and it just disappeared,
Oh, that's creepy.
That's what that UFO did to me. When I took a picture, it came down and it hovered and then goes.
And it was gone.
Mother was living back then, and she hollered for her. And by the time she got in the kitchen, it was gone.
Yeah. Then you think, then they think, then I would be thinking, oh God, they think I'm crazy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They're gonna think we're all nuts.
That's funny.
People can think what they want.
Guess I stick it up enough of your time.
Well, we appreciate it.
It's really something I'm interested in.
Yeah, we are too. I'm always looking up at the sky. I meet people who tell me they've never seen a comet, a shooting star, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I've seen so many over my lifetime, but I realize people don't look up.
Depends on what angle you're in,
Yeah, but a lot of people don't bother. They don't look up at the sky.
I think at 86, when Halley's Comet came around, it just looked like a fuzzball. I was expecting something great,
It just looked like a ball of light.
It was really strange, too. It was too far away, I think.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the old days where the people said it's like a big fireball, went to there.
And it depends on where you are in the country or in the world when it goes around.
Right.
It depends on where you are, yeah.
Well, next month, around this time next month, there's going to be a mother comet coming through for the Perseids.
Really?
Yeah, the Perseids it's supposed to be a really good meteor shower, and you should be able to see it mid to the end of July, all the way to the beginning to a couple weeks into August there. And
I've been talking about those near Earth objects, like asteroids and stuff. And then maybe 100,000 miles of Earth, And there was one about a year or two ago that came pretty close, and enough to worry you, you know.
Yeah.
About it.
Yeah, it could be
I'd rather
scary.
not know about it, really. Just, if it hits, well, I'll be dead anyway. You know, what difference does it make?
Right, you just look around at everybody, say la vie, adios.
See you there on the flip side.
Take care of yourself.
You too. Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
We appreciate you.
That weird stuff.
Don't worry
Hey,
about it.
don't be afraid to call in if you see any other crazy stuff.
Exactly.
We like to know.
We
about
like it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I firmly believe if you can see a star, you can see a comet go over.
Yeah.
Okay, all you got to be able to see is a star. If any comets come, the stars are way farther than the comets that are
You're
coming
right.
by us. So
You'll see the comment.
if you can see the stars, you should keep your eyes up because you might see.
And you can see them in a
Sometimes-
comment all different times of the year.
Sometimes they're just a little tiny dot going through the sky, but sometimes
They're magnificent.
oh my
bright.
gosh, I remember all of them that we saw 2 summers ago because it was so many within 1 hour. And it's this Perseids that I'm talking
Okay.
about, end of July to the beginning of August there. I think the peak weekend is the last weekend of July. I think so. It could be the first. I'm not sure. We'd have to look at it,
Yeah.
but we're gonna go out and have everybody come out and watch it on one of the good nights. And the last time we did it, there were so many. I mean, if you weren't looking up, somebody else was. They'd be, oh, I saw one. And you're like, oh, good. I gotta look. It was constant. And the one that was really freaky, it was kind of like, okay, so you know, like how the earth curves down,
Yeah.
you know, and we're looking off into the horizon of that curve. And one came up and then fell down like a flare. And I was like, oh my God, we're all gonna die. It just disappeared. You know, it's just the angle that it went in. It was so weird. I was like, what? And then we saw one that was so cool because it stayed in the air for a good amount of time. It was going fast, but it had a huge trail. And it just kind of left the trail behind it. Like as it was going by, the trail's disappearing behind it. You know, it was really cool. I'll never forget that one. I've seen some over my trailer at night, different times of the year.
Sitting outside. I've
Just
seen
got to
them.
sit outside and look up.
Yeah.
The more you look up, the more you'll have a chance to see something.
Yes.
Just like when you call trading time, the more you call, the more you have a chance to sell something.
Yep.
Yeah, right? Well, we got like 20 minutes left if anybody else wants to call in and share. Did anybody else see the lights?
Yeah.
Anybody online? You got some people?
I have 4 people on X.
Anybody over there? Did
Any
you guys?
questions? You can comment below on X and on Facebook.
I'm not
as
on
well.
Facebook. Where you
well,
can see it, right?
I can see it on Facebook. So if you want to comment on Facebook or on Twitter or YouTube, I can go there too and answer your questions. You got any comments or questions for Ask Your Neighbor? Go ahead and do so.
Yeah. Tell us if you saw the lights where you're at and where you're and like what area you're in, so we can kind of. It's kind of interesting. This is really interesting, the sky and stuff that it does, that God created it to do. It's amazing.
Right.
We're always amazed when we look at the sky. It doesn't even matter if it's just the stars I'm staring at. I'm
this
just
morning,
like, oh,
I
how
took a
beautiful.
picture of the sunset or the sunrise, and I took a picture of it. I put it online. I said, "Good morning, beautiful people." And this is my view.
You know
this is
what?
God's view.
If you guys ever want to see some good pictures of the area here, like the sunrises and sunsets and stuff, my husband Roger does a good job, don't he?
Yes.
He gets some good pictures of the nature and stuff around here. And Nicole, she does recorded videos of some of the back roads as they're driving around. So, I mean, you can go to Roger Capetti on Facebook. You could go to Nicole Beach on a bunch of social media sites. You can go to Melissa Harrison Capetti on Facebook and like see what all stuff that we share all the time.
Yeah.
But you want to see some pretty nature pictures that my husband gets, you go to Roger Capetti on Facebook and you'll see all these beautiful, like he gets up early in the morning and so he gets to see the sunrise and he gets the beautiful pictures of the sun shining through the fog and the trees and then the water. It's just, he does a good job for a little cheap phone. They look like good pictures for that little phone. Well, I guess we'll play a commercial. See if we can come up with another topic. Or hit the road.
Maybe.
I'll have to get some big sticks to hit it. To hit the road. You're fine, honey. All right, well, this is Ask Your Neighbor, where you can ask questions of all your neighbors in the area and worldwide.
Yes.
And you got a question about something going on in another part of the world? That's a thing, too. And we have people in other parts of the world online right now.
Yes.
And they could even call in and answer your questions. So that's something, too. Looks like we might have a caller being put on hold by Jay in 3, 2, 1, blink. Oh, I wasn't on that time. There. Oh, he hung up. Yeah. It wasn't for us. Oh, Phooey pooey. Well, that's okay. I do hope that we could get a couple more callers. We can talk about something else.
Yeah.
Let's go to commercial and then we'll come up with something to talk about. All right. And we don't have a password, so I don't have to say that. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
As a homeowner, I'm always looking for peace of mind, especially when I have a costly, unplanned expense, like a cooling system repair or replacement. That's when I turn to the eScore Quality Contractor Network. They're the pros who've been specially trained and approved by TVA and your local power company. The quality contractors are licensed and insured, so you can be assured the job will be done right and inspected for free. Contact your local power company or visit energyright.com to learn more.
For more than a decade, the Home Option in Oak Ridge has been providing in-home care to clients affected by exposure to toxic substances. They also care for recipients of black lung, VA benefits, and private pay clients. The folks at the Home Option can help you maintain your independence and live life on your terms. They offer skilled nurses, CNAs, personal caregivers, and speech, occupational, and physical therapy. To find out more about how their staff can care for you, call 865-220-1700 or do a Google search for the Home Option in Oak Ridge. It's time for new flooring, and just in time, Karen's Carpet Sales is offering the sale of a lifetime on LVP from Mohawk. Waterproof floating floor with an innovative lacquer that repels dirt and grime for simple cleaning. And best of all, it's only $1.99 per square foot and comes with a 25-year residential warranty. If it's time to freshen up the look of your home, nothing brightens it up like new flooring. Whether you decide on carpet or laminate, let Karen's Carpet Sales help you give your home just the look you want. Come in and see what's new and bring your imagination. Laminate vinyl plank is waterproof, scratch resistant, and you can choose from several colors. And when your floors look good, you feel good. Karen's Carpet is your headquarters for flooring, carpet, laminate, and on sale now, LVP from Mohawk. Karen's Carpet has been serving East Tennessee for over 50 years. They're located in Claxton, 1961 Clinton Highway, 865-945-3353. Karen's Carpet, the store that gives you more. 945-3353.
Well, we're still here on Ask Your Neighbor, WYSH Radio, waiting for someone to call if you have a question or a comment about anything at all. I don't know what's going on out there.
Yeah.
We were talking about the lights shining into the sky a couple nights ago.
Or if you've seen anything else in the sky.
Oh.
Have you seen anything else?
Ever.
Yeah, ever. You have stories you want to talk about?
You ever have somebody who, hey, you know what? We will believe you, and we won't laugh at you. So if there's something really weird, you're like, oh, this happened. You don't have to tell us who you are.
No.
You don't even have to tell us where you're from. It's cool to know where at, though. Like, where did you see something or whatever. But we are interested in that. Nicole and I very much like stars in the sky. And the wind and the clouds and all of it. You know.
Rainbows.
We're just always up in the air.
We're full of air.
Got our heads in the clouds.
Yes, we do.
So, if you want to call, we're waiting for you to call. We can play more commercials. Or we can take this call. Ask Your Neighbor, do you have a question or comment?
Yes, I do. Have you ever seen the International Space Station?
Have I ever seen? It's possible. So there's so many times I always think people think I'm crazy because I'm telling them, I'm like, I see something in the sky really far, moving slow, and then it disappears. And it happens to me a lot, but I think it's the satellites and stuff I'm seeing. I don't think I've seen the space station, but a few years back, we saw them launch it was like a capsule thing. They were they were going to be rotating around the Earth several times before it actually got out there into the atmosphere. And we saw it come around 3 times. We saw it shortly after it launched come over Oak Ridge. After a while, after it launched, came over Oak Ridge. We could see the dude's faces in the windows. It was cool. When did you see it?
It's been about maybe last week. You can see it. I got an app. You download an app and put your zip code in. It'll tell you when it. You can get that app and it'll show you where you're at, and it says when it's time to you go view it. And it was 6 minutes. That thing smokes. It goes from starting to see it to disappear in 6 minutes, and it's very obvious because it goes so fast.
Yeah.
And it tells you the direction of where it's going to come in and leave your viewing area, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was a 6 minute thing. Some of them are like 1 or 2 minutes. It's not worth going out there for that, but if it's 6 minutes, that's a good sighting.
Yes. That's cool.
I just wanted to know if you ever seen it, because it's pretty neat.
All right, we're going to be getting that app. We're going to be looking for it. Thank you for that. You. That's cool. You have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that's cool. No, that's not our line. He just answered. It wasn't ringing. He just picked up the phone to call out. Okay, so that's cool. I don't know that I've ever seen it, but I probably haven't. Didn't even realize that's what I was looking at.
I've gone to museums. I've seen what they look like.
Right.
But I haven't seen it in the sky yet.
Yeah, I've seen what they look like online, and they used to have really cool stuff over at the Science Museum in Oak Ridge. I can't remember. I can't remember what the full words for it was, but it's the Science Museum in Oak Ridge used to be in a bigger building over by that Chinese buffet, back behind the movie theater, and it had so much cool stuff. It was upstairs, downstairs, and they had all this like memorabilia and models made of things that were just really cool. But now they moved the building. They moved out of that building into a very small building, and it's really more. It's not as fun. It's a little more just educational facts, a lot more reading stuff rather than like getting to put your hands on stuff. They got some cool little games and stuff. It's just way smaller. I mean, I don't think it's a quarter of the size, but it was. Yeah. But it's still cool to go and see the history and stuff. Yeah. But the old museum, you can like walk through the history. It was like just cool, blow up pictures of the letters from Einstein, just all kinds of memorabilia. They even had I know what it's called. It was like a mock, a model of what the houses look like when they build up the land back then when they did the whole Secret City thing. They had houses and stuff that you could see inside that they had, and it was a full-size house and everything. They don't have that anymore because now it's like in a plaza with other stores. It's just different. But it's cool history. It is neat to learn about the history. Scary or not. Yeah. That's cool to talk to a veteran. I like to talk to the veterans. I don't know why. I just do. Probably just because I just appreciate them so much. Even my brother-in-law, man, he went and did for all of us. He went on 4 tours, I want to say. Maybe 5. I think I'm thinking of boot camp and then 4 tours. Yeah. It was a lot. It can be very stressful, especially if you don't have proper mental health. How are there 2 lines on? Oh, that one's for us. The other one's probably Jasper. Ask your neighbor, do you have a question or comment?
Hello.
Hello, ask your neighbor, do you have a question or comment?
Comment. That house that used to be at the American Museum of Science and Energy, it's at the Children's Museum in Oak Ridge now.
It's at the Children's Museum. Oh, cool. That's cool. I need to take my daughter up there. It's been a while. Well, thanks for telling us that.
It's out back.
Cool. Yeah, I can show it to Nicole. I don't think she's seen it.
I've been there
You've
with
been there?
Haley, yeah.
Oh, cool.
I just didn't know the Science Museum was there. I knew it was for the kids and everything up there, but I didn't know it was I know it's science. Of course,
Oh, yeah.
But
Okay,
I didn't know it was a museum.
So it's in Oak Ridge at the Children's Museum. Good to know.
Yeah, no, it's at the Children's Museum in Oak Ridge. They placed it out back behind the museum.
That's cool. Okay, thanks for telling us about that.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye. Cool. I didn't know they kept it and didn't destroy it. That's cool because
Yeah.
it was really neat to see.
Yeah.
So you've been there. Yeah, that's cool. I liked it a lot, but the Science Museum in Chicago, oh my gosh. So far, I haven't been to anything that compares.
Well, Emerson
The
had
Smart
his birthday
House?
last
Oh my
other
God.
day. Yeah.
They had a smart house down there.
Yeah.
Full-on house. It's huge. And it was mostly windows because it was a smart house. So less electricity, mostly solar panels and water.
Yeah.
You know, it's powered by that. It's like pretty self-sustainable. It has special water. Bless you. Goodness gracious, girl. You okay? So it had places for the house to actually collect water. It had like a special basin for the water, and it had special buckets outside, like barrels outside for it to collect rainwater, and then you could use it to water the grass. It just was a lot of stuff. It was really cool to see. But that's far away, so.
Now,
You
when
ever go
the
to
house
Chicago?
decides to clean itself, then that's when we got great technology.
Yes, I like that. Little swipers just come down the window every once in a while.
Self-sustaining house.
It is cool though because the house was set up to where you could actually open up a lot of those windows all around, and it could just be almost like you're outside and the air just flowing through.
Yeah.
It's cool. I thought that was cool. It even had the the plug for electric car. Oh, it had a TV upstairs, a little TV, and there was a exercise bicycle attached to it, and you had to ride the bike to power the TV. I was like, I need that for my kid. You want to watch TV? All right, wear yourself out. That's what all the kids need, right?
Yeah.
Some of us grown-ups do.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll check out for today.
Yes.
It's time to go anyway. And David Farmer will be here tonight for trading time, prime time. Make sure you call and give him a hard time from us.
Yes.
Make sure you tell him. They told us to give you a hard time, David.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if the phones blow up for David tonight, you guys. Show him some love.
Yeah.
And that's at 6 o'clock. And we appreciate y'all for listening, tuning in, for the calls, for joining us and talking about just whatever.
Yeah.
So we will see you again tomorrow night. Yeah,
Yes,
Jay will be
tomorrow
here in the
night.
morning to do the morning stuff. And
Friday we'll be here on 3 shows.
yeah, Friday we'll be here for 4
shows.
Well, we'll be at WYSH for 3. 2 hours at Merle for 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
And thank you for tuning in to WYSH.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSHradio.com. And remember, if you have a question, comment, or problem,